Welcome to the 2022 Lower League eCup matchup between Lansing Common FC and Forward Madison, competition between the team with the best kits in the Midwest and some team in Wisconsin. My name's Eric Walcott. Tonight, I'm joined by Josh Pugh. Josh, how you doing?
Doing great. Very excited to be joined by our friends out in balmy middle Wisconsin.
We got producer Steve Beckman with us tonight. Steve, how's it going?
Just making sure everything runs smoothly, just like usual.
And Zeph Turner, who you'll be seeing on the live stream competing in a few minutes, and we'll have him on, I think, after the match. And special guest, former Lansing Common midfielder, winner of the 2021 Toughest Robin Award, Noah Canlas. Noah, how's it going?
It's good, man. I'm definitely missing my time up in Lansing, that's for sure.
We're excited to have you on. Got the image up there on the screen. Love seeing you in that robin egg blue, and also love the idea of players actually repping the merch. And it's a good idea. We should take advantage of that next season. Get some players wearing our gear. We try and promote that stuff.
Definitely. We have to utilize all we can in the office.
Yeah, getting creative. It's like it's either that, last year we had my kids actually repping the Lansing Common jerseys preseason, which is fun, but good to get it outside of the family a little bit tonight. So representing Lansing Common on Xbox tonight, as you see our schedule coming up for the rest of the week, and throughout the lower league eCup on Xbox is Zeph Turner, who was one of our awesome interns last season. I've played real soccer with Zeph, and he's very good at it. I have not played FIFA with Zeph. Steve, I think you played against him in our play-in tournament. What do you expect to see from Zeph tonight and throughout the lower league eCup?
I'm going to say a lot of high pressing, a lot of fast action, a lot of movement around the box, and if it's anything like my match against him, a lot of goals.
All right, so that seems to be the recipe for success in FIFA. I'm not good at those things, so I'm not very good at FIFA. Noah, what can you tell us about Madison's player for tonight?
Evan, he's pretty good, man. I've played a couple of games against him when I went on our little tour around down to Richmond, Virginia. He's got some sort of tactic wizardness to him, so I'd be prepared for him to throw something like that at you. So
yeah, so actually I want to ask about that. I saw on social media you guys it seemed like you were doing a tour of a few different places, visiting other clubs. Tell us about what's the purpose there? What are some of the goals, and what did you learn?
Yeah, so it kind of started out as away days soccer. Not many USL lower league teams have away support like our Robins do. So you try and get as many people out to that game as possible. So we take a group of our front office staff as well as our flock members, and we bring them in an RV, and we go down and try and make a couple of stops at several different clubs along the way. Basically trying to interact, spread the brand awareness, and really just spread the love of soccer. And then we always road trip all the way down to Richmond, Virginia to face off against Richmond Kickers, and was able to cover that game through media and stuff as an away game.
Nice. Sounds like a lot of fun, and sounds like a good experience. Maybe we should organize something like that with Lansing Common.
Josh, I definitely think that would be cool.
Yeah, fundraising campaign for the RV is underway. Noah, you talked about playing in college. Is there do you think a correlation, either negatively or positively, between the level of college that you're at and the level of FIFA? So if you're at Alma College, you're in the MIAA, you're at Division III, is your average FIFA player in the dorms at Alma a lot better or a lot worse than a Division I school?
I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't know many Division I schools, but definitely at Alma, we had some pretty fierce competitions, pretty brutal punishments, let's say, for if you lose. So you never really want to lose. There's a lot of good competitive spirit within that Division III soccer team that we always play FIFA and have a good rivalry with it.
Trying to help Zeph here with a little self scout and set the level of competition, but nothing doing there. Noah's hard as a rock.
I have to hold it close to the chest. I can't expose my place of work here.
Split loyalties. Split loyalties.
What about in the Lansing Commons squad? I have to imagine there was some FIFA played.
I want to say we didn't really play a whole lot of FIFA together. A lot of it was just us hanging out in the downtown area. Yeah, we didn't really play much FIFA. I know we had a lot of conversations about it on the bus, like whatnot in our ultimate teams and what. But I can guarantee you, there's a couple of good players that I would not want to play on our team.
Is there ever a desire to like settle a tiebreaker, or maybe get revenge on somebody for a tough FIFA loss on the field, or maybe the other way around, like somebody smokes you at training, at practice, and then you wanna take them and challenge them to a match of FIFA?
Oh, so sometimes if I know I can beat them, yeah, it's definitely something that
Well,
I'm gonna
right,
be like,
sure, yeah.
I'll take you on in FIFA, but most of the times I try and settle it by putting the ball in the back of the net in real life.
Did that a few times on the field last year. Had some fun times out there.
And Noah, you'll tell them about it after you do it, right?
Oh yeah, I'll let him know. I'll let him know for sure.
So I actually wanted to ask, so Noah, for you, not being from the Lansing area, I know you played college ball not that far away, but what was it like coming to Lansing last summer, experiencing this community and while playing for Lansing Common?
Yeah, it was nice that I had a little bit of experience up in Michigan with going to college in Alma, and then obviously with Oaks being the coach for 3 years there. And then Greer coming in right after that. I was pretty much set up for loving the culture of at least the team there. But then I really grew to love the community that you guys had built up there around the soccer. The fans and the team that you guys built last year was something special, and it's something that I'm proud to be a part of for sure.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. It was awesome watching you, represent the team on the field, joining for some of the off the field stuff that we were able to do in the community as well. Talk a little bit about what, your experience in Madison now. You headed over there, I think, this fall. What have you been up to? Just tell us about what's going on over there.
For sure. I moved up here roughly end of September there. I think I was here for our last home game in September. And that was like my first real experience up here. I worked virtually for a little bit while I was trying to get an apartment up here. And then once I got up here, it was pretty much go from there, trying to tail towards the end of the season. Last year, we were kind of fighting for a place in the playoff spot. So we had to do a lot of good stuff with our media and making sure that we position ourselves well. As far as like the stuff I've been doing, it's a lot of flipping to the other side of the camera. I love to be on the field and whatnot, but flipping to the other side of the camera is something that I really love. And being the person that puts together graphics and video and things that are going to help the media team is something that I really like doing, and I've been doing a lot of up here. And as we're prepping for next season, it's been a lot of getting graphics ready to go, making sure we got signings ready and whatnot. So it's been pretty fun and pretty special, and I'm loving my experience so far. Definitely hope I can continue to do so.
Yeah, I think I remember you had one shot from a game, I think pretty early on when you were there, that kind of went a little bit viral.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that was actually from the Richmond, Virginia trip. So it's kind of special. In Richmond, you were able to be down along the bottom of the field. And so I was able to get field side access with my media credentials. And so that was something special. Not a lot of people would be able to get that shot. Just kind of happened to be in the good place at the good time. And it kind of helped that I had soccer knowledge to do so. But it did end up going a little bit viral. It ended up in a pretty big online resource around soccer. I can't remember the actual account that retweeted. I know Bleacher Report had a little retweet on it. So it was pretty cool. But the video was something special, and I'm super proud that I got that.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty awesome. So just thinking long term for you, what's your goal? Are you hoping to make this social media in sports career? Is there something else that's kind of on the horizons for you? Where's Noah Canlas headed?
Yeah, I think it's about time for me to flip to the other side and be within the sports media world, and I absolutely love sticking around the game of soccer for sure. That's something that I don't think I'll ever want to leave. So sports media is definitely where I want to be. I want to be able to like run socials for teams, maybe even be like a creative director in a sense. So running all the creative designs and video and making sure everything has the right branding to it is something that I think is where I want to be at.
Josh, is that in our budget for this coming season?
I was gonna say that Madison RV is gonna have to swing through through Lansing at some point next year, but yeah, we can talk about that too. I mean, it's either if the choice is between an RV or creative director Noah, like that's not a hard decision, I would say.
I like to hear that. That would be fun to be back up in Lansing. That's for sure.
Plus, we got to get him an upgraded gear and kit from the stuff over in Madison for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Get rid of that pink stuff, man. Come on.
The pink stuff is pretty cool. I like it though.
True. I wouldn't hate something pink with a on it someday.
Yeah, I can't argue with that in all seriousness. Cannot argue with that.
But
so I think we're getting close to kickoff here. Should be coming up in a couple of minutes. But Noah, just thinking back to last season with Lansing Common, any games or like particular memories on the field stick out to you? Coming away from that season.
Yeah, I have to say Julian's wonder goal, like that like sticks out in my mind to me. It's either that or I think either Shetty last second at BIH. That one was pretty good. But yeah, I think those two would be something that is like pretty special and memorable from last season.
I feel like that Julian goal against Detroit is becoming a like. Do you remember where you were when Julian scored from 35 yards?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Everybody talks about it. I know I reminisce of some of those games, and I've been talking to Munir and Shetty a little bit, and I definitely go back and watch some of our games on YouTube for sure.
That BIH trip though too, like there was a Julian wonder goal in that game, the diving header,
yeah.
That was the craziest home crowd of any of our away games. Right. There was just so many. There was a moment in like the 75th minute where Eric and I looked at each other and we're like, I don't think this is going to happen. Like I don't believe. And we know how it ended. There were just so many of all the away games that was like incredibly special and incredibly memorable. And then to win it that way and then to walk off the field and like the sun setting behind all of us as we're getting on the bus is just crazy.
Yeah, definitely. That was something special for sure.
Well, it sounds like they are about ready to start the match. So I'm hoping we'll be seeing that getting started here in a moment.
Yep.
There we go, getting the all-important FIFA warm-ups.
gonna say, Real Madrid is the team that Evan is using, I believe.
It's one thing I've always kind of thought,
PSG.
watching the games last year, it'd be interesting if there was a restriction on like, you can't
Who you
pick
could use.
a 5-star team or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
See a lot of, Real Madrid, PSG, like we see
No
tonight.
PSG.
Saw a lot of Bayern Munich and Man City last year.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's definitely something that you see a lot of, just when you're playing in like some of the leagues in FIFA. So like they have like their like division thing, and I'm always Arsenal because I'm a true Arsenal supporter, so I'll always be them. And so I always get paired up with some 5-star teams and end up having to play like a Ronaldo or a Messi, and it definitely sucks for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate the Arsenal love. My son Jackson, who's 6, likes to play as Arsenal, and
Good.
he doesn't like when he plays on like beginner and wins soundly, and then the game tries to make it harder, and he's like, "No, Dad, make it easy."
Doesn't come that easy for Arsenal.
No, I know.
You got to make that clear.
Oof.
Oh, Evan with a goal right off the rip there.
Nice bit of build up there to that first one. So early deficit. We'll see if Zeph can pull one back here.
Let's say. Yeah, Ev is the kind of guy that's gonna definitely counter really quickly on you. He'll play pretty good, solid defense, and then try and pass pretty quick. He's not one of those flary players, that's for sure.
What's your style when you're playing FIFA, Noah?
Oh, I'm a possession guy. I loved watching Barca just ping it around the back line when I was younger. So any chance I can get to make somebody look silly and have 90% possession in the game, I'll take it.
Does that still work in FIFA? I feel like when I've played, and maybe I'm just not good. When I try and do it, it doesn't work. Oh,
ooh, that was close. But no, FIFA has these meta changes every year or so. I remember playing back in 2012, and some of those games where you just pace it down the wing and cross it and find somebody that's really good at heading the ball. But
yeah, this is gonna go way back, but I remember like FIFA 2001.
Oh yeah, I played that.
I would run down the wing with Bergkamp at Arsenal and just like cross it into Anelka for a bike, and just like goals all day.
Yeah, definitely.
When I was like,
speaking
of crosses in from the wing.
Evan out for 2. Mbappe with a second.
It's all right. I got faith.
Yeah, no, I think you should do a special stream of you playing Evan in FIFA just so we can watch how badly you get pasted.
We should. I'll try and pitch that like in an office game where we stream it live through a camera, and you guys can just watch it all for us.
Yeah, don't show us the game. Just show us YouTube sitting next to each other and what happens.
Oh man, we'd be chirping each other for sure. I have Evan's commentary open on my other screen here, and he's saying that Zeph is a little bit pragmatic in the attacking third here, but man, that's 3. That's 3 in the first.
Gonna have to pull it together quickly.
Say Zeph might need to make some tactical adjustments here.
So I have no idea what the other teams are like in this group, but
yeah,
I'm hoping it's safe to assume that this is the toughest opponent of the round.
I was actually talking to Evan about this because he, I guess, knows a lot of the people because he plays in leagues with them and stuff. So the Lane County guy, I've heard is pretty comparative to Evan here. I think they played in a friendly a couple days ago, and Evan said he was holding some of his stuff back, but 4-0 in the first. But Evan was saying that he can definitely play a little bit. And Evan was holding some stuff back from his chest a little bit, and kind of lost a couple of games there to him.
That's cool. I'm sure Zeph is holding back right now too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Zeph's definitely holding back, and he's like, I just want to see how he plays in the first half, and then he's just gonna go lights out in the second, right?
I wish I was good enough at FIFA to like have something to hold back when I play.
Yeah.
Just contemplating what that's like.
Right.
I don't know, PSG with their petrodollars, they've got basically an ultimate team as it is.
I was gonna say they basically build whatever they want out. I'm surprised they got Messi this year. It's
Actually,
go for it.
I forgot that Messi is on the field in this game right now. Like I think
I was gonna
Mbappe
say-
has 4 goals, but
Yeah, I think he's got 2 and Messi's got 1 or something like that. Yeah.
crazy.
Zeph
Now we're
with-
talking.
Oh, he's turning it up now. He's turning it up now, isn't he?
He was holding back.
Yeah, he's holding back a little bit.
That was some nice build up there. Let's see if he can.
I was gonna say keep that momentum rolling here
Mhm.
and try and put another quick one in on Evan here.
See, when I played Zeph in our qualifier, he used Portugal, and you can't use international teams in the
Right.
actual tournament. But if he were able to use Manchester United with his cheat code Ronaldo on top, I think it would have been a different story for this match so far.
I agree. Actually, Evan was talking about that. I guess if you pick the same team, you're supposed to like not use that team, and then you're supposed to have like a backup team that you're supposed to play with.
Yeah, you
So-
submit your primary and your secondary, and if both of
Yeah.
you have the same primary, you both go to your secondaries.
Yeah, so he was definitely talking about using Man United as a secondary this week. He actually wanted to try and play me a little bit just to get some warm ups in, but I said no.
Yeah, and Zeph was saying that the roster the roster update wasn't applicable to the co-op seasons that you play for the eCup tournament, so Ronaldo
Okay.
wasn't available in Man U.
Interesting.
Wow. Is that because they like technically signed him after FIFA came out, essentially?
Yeah, the way the co-op the eCup is played through co-op seasons, and so it's kind of locked into older rosters.
Gotcha.
Well, if we play by last goal wins, Zeph is currently winning. So
Yeah, I was gonna say last goal wins. It's definitely Zeph right now.
hope for a strong second half here.
And you never know when it's
said-
going to come down to goal differential to get out of the group.
That is true. You got to make sure you keep that tight. If not above 0 there. So the format of this tournament, if I understood correctly from what Evan was telling me earlier, is the 2 top teams in each group go on, at least in the Xbox side of it. And oh
Man,
no, is that a penalty too?
what was
It looks like it is a penalty. Zeph's gonna
All right.
have a penalty here.
Now we're talking.
Oof. Yeah, Ev was talking. He was saying that Zeph was gonna go left there, so he got lucky that he didn't dive left right away there.
Yeah, and the stream's on a slight delay, so he can't be cheating.
Yeah, exactly.
all right. So 2-goal game and a man advantage. This is
This
getting
is looking interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Ev's definitely shooting himself in his foot here with a red card to one of his center backs. So he's gonna have to make some tactical adjustments here, and he's giving up the ball.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no!
Oh, what a save!
Oh, Donnarumma with a big save there.
So do FIFA tactics change similarly to real soccer tactics when you go down a man? Like in real soccer, you bunker. Can you do that in FIFA?
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely bunker and change your defensive tactics.
Oh,
I know Ev kind of just adjusted his formation a little bit to allow him to bring another guy back. I think he now switched to a 3-4-1, or technically a 3-4-2.
Yeah, and with FIFA 22, they have sliders for setting up your tactics. So you can,
Yep.
on a scale of 1 to 100, you can set how wide or how deep you want either
Yeah,
offense or
so
defense to play to.
it's got a lot of new tactics that definitely help you play. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh, he tried to get cheeky with it.
Oh.
Hopefully that one.
Oh. That looked like it was in. I was very confused there.
I was going to say, I definitely want this ball to go in.
Here we go. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
I was going to say, Zeph's got plenty of time to get some goals back here. Especially with Ev being down a man right now, he can definitely counter better than. Oh, he almost had it.
Oof, coming right back the other way now.
Oh man. Yeah,
That's a
it's
tough
hard
one
when
to
you
take.
got those up front three that are Messi, Neymar, and then Mbappe up top.
I think the problem is that Madrid is kind of wearing a Madison color. That's probably the whole cheat code tilted right there.
You know what? I was just thinking that. I was like, why is Real Madrid wearing their blue jerseys here?
Yeah, wait till you see our change kit for this summer.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. I definitely wanted to try and order one of those inaugural season scarves, but I don't know if I'll be able to get my hands on one of those now. But
we do like to ship merch out to soccer influencers.
Oh,
So,
do we? Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
we do have a place up in the office. If you guys want to send a scarf, we have a nice scarf wall that we can put you guys up.
Oh, the chip.
Ooh, got cheeky with it. I like to see that. So, but yeah, we have a nice scarf wall with plenty of teams, and we hang all the scarves up. Definitely didn't want to give away my Lansing Common scarf for them to keep up there. I wanted to keep that one close to the chest. I had a couple of the boys sign it from the inaugural season. Uh-oh. We're looking at a comeback here.
Making a late comeback.
Minute, late in the 70th.
It's that 10 men thing.
Yeah, man. It's looking like it's killing Evan right now to be down a man.
And to Lansing Common's credit, we never went down to 10 through the entire season.
That is true. And that's something that Oaks and his coaching staff pride themselves on every time is even at Alma, he was like, if we take a red, like you're sitting for like the next 5 games. He doesn't care. Like he wanted to make sure we don't get yellows and we don't get unnecessary reds.
Am I making up that Oaks would say it's tough to get a yellow if you have the ball?
You know, I think he might have said that at some point during the season. Definitely maybe in one of those locker room talks where he's yelling at some people.
Well, from what I heard, he never even planned on tactics for 10 men because it just wasn't a possibility. You were never going to let it happen.
He was never going to let us do it. No, yep. He never really plans on. Oh, here's a little break for us. And
now we're cooking.
The 5th. Here's the comeback of the century right now. We're looking at a 5-6 game going into the 90th minute here. Ev's passing accuracy is killing him right now, though.
Here we go. Oh,
Oof. Good save from Donnarumma there.
all right. It all comes down to this.
I was gonna say that's
Oh!
the last attack probably.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a 6-6 game.
yeah.
He did it.
Oh
What up,
my
Modric?
gosh. This comeback in the 90th minute plus is absolutely crazy.
Oh man, what a match!
Wow. That's a phenomenal comeback from him.
That is the biggest point to be rescued in the first 3 matches of the eCup tournament. I'm confident.
That's a huge point, especially with Ev putting up some goals really quickly early there. To have him come back is pretty significant there.
I think we need to adjust a previous point and say that this is just because Real Madrid is wearing Lansing Common colors.
Yeah.
That teal.
What a comeback.
That teal, definitely.
So, Zaf, are you with us now?
Oh my goodness.
That was wild, man.
Hey, we were just saying that.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That front 3 of PSG is so incredibly hard to stop.
Yeah, talk us through that game a little bit.
I mean, I was kind of nervous at first, and he started scoring those. He was getting down the flanks a little bit and crossing it to Mbappe, and I couldn't really do much about it. And then he got that red card and the penalty, and the game kind of changed there for me because he had a lot of open space in the defense. And then I missed that big chance with Benzema, who hit it right at Donnarumma. And then he scored like 3 more goals, and I was like, oh, this is ropes for me. And then I just started putting him in the back of the net and ended in a tie, I guess.
Yeah, that was a epic comeback. Hopefully that builds some momentum heading into the next few matches.
I was gonna say that should definitely build some confidence. I know Ev is a pretty good player and whatnot. So
Whatever. You know he's gonna start talking about his 10-man disadvantage. It's gonna happen.
He probably will, but I think he'd be the first to tell you he shot himself in the foot there by slide tackling.
No, that was exciting. That was intense.
And that was why Zeph represents us and not me, because I would have just crumbled. It would have been
horrible. Actually, I was going to ask earlier when we were talking about Oaks a little bit there. 2 questions I had, Noah. First of all, so we talked a little bit about kind of like tactics and stuff. Is Oaks more of a here's kind of how we want to play, you know your role, go do it? Or are there lots of specific instructions of like, all right, you got to mark this guy in these spaces, like, different kind of tactical instructions there?
Definitely. I think I saw it a lot more in college when he was my coach. We would definitely have more lengthy scouting reports and whatnot on specific instructions on if we were supposed to target a left back because he's off-footed or but definitely we had a couple of those moments in season where he knew a couple of the players either from scouting or just being there at the games and seeing them because we played them twice. So we definitely had those players that we wanted to target and wanted to utilize different spaces and whatnot. So he's definitely a coach that will give you specific instructions, and he'll also be that coach that just says, it's simple. You just got to go play. So.
And the other one we saw Zaf with the cool penalty finish there, converting that. Did you guys practice penalties in last year, or like have a set like when there's a penalty, here's who's taking it? Was there an order there, or how did you guys kind of decide that as the season went on?
I want to say it was kind of like if Shetty wasn't going to take it, it like it would be like probably Lou or somebody else to kind of step up. Shetty's just got that natural killer instinct to be like, this is my penalty. I want it. Like, I'm going to go put it in the back of the net. So I think ultimately at practice, we love to joke around and try and hit him after practice and be like, oh, let me take it next time, coach. Let me take it next time. I think if it was going to come down to like playoffs or something like that, where we had to go and do a PK shootout, I know that wasn't the case last year, but we definitely had some fun at some of the end of our practices where the coaches kind of picked their starting five to go take a PK, just to have some fun and have some banter between the guys. And it was definitely, you had some guys that they were pretty confident in that would score those penalties. And then you had some guys that were like, I don't know if I want you taking a penalty. For sure.
How are you on penalties? What's your confidence level walking up to the spot?
I definitely have a good confidence in my ability to score from a penalty. It's one of those things that as a player, you should score a penalty. And if you miss them, it's either a great save on the goalie's end or you just miss the frame. So I'm pretty confident. Sometimes I like to go and take penalties with my left foot too, which is my off foot. But never in a game have I done that. But in practice, I've tried to trick our goalkeepers that know that I'm a righty, and I try to trick them with my left foot a little bit.
I want to give a shout out to Joe, the guy who manages and runs the eCup. Within probably a minute and a half of the end of that result, he had already updated the standings on the website. So, hey, here we are, tied for first.
Love that.
So, Zeph, in your real soccer playing, how many times do you think you've taken a penalty? Ever?
I was never first choice to take one, but usually if I won a penalty, I would take it. But I was never like, no, I've missed a few in my time.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I've missed plenty. I've missed plenty of PKs, but majority go in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you ever tried sandbag the Forward Madison guys? Or do they know that you have a playing career? Or did you ever try to walk up in during practice and like?
No, I try and respect those guys' space. I know at practice it's kind of like they're dialed in and whatnot. So we're definitely the kind of team that like we try and stay away from them as much as possible.
Sure.
Let them do their training. I mean, this is their profession essentially. So we try and let them do their thing. But we had this one day where they were kicking field goals out on the field from 50 because I guess one of the Packers guys missed a 40-yard field goal or something, and all the players were talking crap, and so they were like, "Oh, I could hit a 50-yard field goal, no problem." So
Did they?
one of them hit a 50-er, but I think it ended up being like everybody hit like a 45, and that was like everybody could do that consistently.
I was really hoping, Noah, you were going to say that like nobody could make it, but you walked up in Vans and just like drilled it from 50.
Just absolutely scored a PK on our first team goal.
Wearing Converse Chuck Taylors.
Oh, of course. No. We try and go down and kick it at the field every once in a while, just kind of give ourselves a little brain break, which is fun.
Yeah, how fun is it to practice your craft from behind the camera in such a beautiful facility that they've got there in Madison?
Oh man, it's super fun. Especially with the team that we have in the creative department, we've been able to do a lot more and get a little bit more professional with what we've been doing. So we're definitely excited to see where we are able to go this next season and see how how well we can carry our media creativity for sure.
This is admittedly an uninformed question. Do they ever do other events there at Bruce Stevens?
So we do concerts, and then we also do I think we have the Cheese Curd Fest every year.
I love it.
So that's something that's pretty fun. Breeze also does like high school football events.
Sure, yeah.
I want to say we do like charity dinners out there sometimes. There's another thing that we do out there. I'm blanking on it right now, but yeah, there's a couple other events that we put on out there. I think it's maybe Taste of Madison that we do. I could be totally wrong with that, but yeah, definitely some pretty cool facilities up here, and definitely a cool fan base for sure.
So we got some love for Zeph in the Twitch chat, congratulating him on a good result and a great comeback. And then a question: do you play Ultimate Team, Zeph?
All the time. That's literally the only thing I play on Xbox.
Okay.
Got like probably, like maybe like 300 games this year on it already. So I'm pretty well versed in the Ultimate Team world.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's Ev's pretty big in the Ultimate Team there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say you guys will definitely have to connect. He's gonna probably want to play some friendlies against you in Ultimate.
Don't play him before the knockout rounds though. You
I
can't
was
give
gonna
anything
say
away.
hold your cards close to your chest for sure. But Ev's got a good team. I think he just packed Ronaldo the other day.
Oh jeez.
He was pretty hyped about it.
Wow.
So.
Well, while we're here, I think Steve, did you have some highlights from last season with Lansing Common queued up that we were going to show?
Yeah, by my count, Noah had 2 goals for Common, right? You didn't have more than 2, did you?
No, I believe I only had 2. I had a couple of good assists though. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure, and a lot of good corners.
Yeah, corners were where I had the bulk of my assists come from for sure.
Quality of service. I'm so excited to get back to the season so I can hear some more Oak speeches about quality of service.
I would definitely say it definitely helped having a couple of trees like Jules and our boy AOC over there.
So what was your most goals scored in a season in your career so far?
I would say it would have been my freshman year at Alma. I scored 5 goals that season, and I also had 4 assists that season. I think that's the most as far as like collegiately, and then semi-professionally, and then also in high school. I only had 2 goals in high school, so they weren't totally special or whatnot, but
well, let's take it the 2 that you had for Common last season. First, we're going to start off with the one that broke the ice, but there wasn't any ice except in the coolers for that DCFC game because it was 100 degrees on the pitch.
Yeah. There wasn't even a lot of ice in the coolers.
I was going to say there definitely wasn't a whole lot of ice in those coolers.
So you break down the right wing, Shetty sets you up, and you're looking at goal, you're looking at the defender, and we'll just let you walk us through it right here.
For sure. Yeah, so Shetty does some wonderful hold-up play here, something that you definitely want in a forward, and then he picks his heads up, finds me in a space where one of the center backs was pushed on, and I might have taken one too many touches there at the end, probably holding Oak's breath a little bit too long there. But then, man, that first celebration for the club was definitely not planned. I think I blacked out and just ran to the crowd. I don't know what I did after that. Yeah, but you're seeing it again here from the sideline cam. Shetty with some good hold-up play, and then take 1, 2, one more touch, and then boom. Yeah, so there's where I blacked out. No recollection of what I was doing, and then you get this of course, I had to go to the fans, show my pride for Lansing there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was either sunburn or just the moment catching up with you, but I'm pretty sure your pigment in your face matched your jersey in that moment.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the sunburn. Yeah, you can ask any of the guys. I was the one person that always had sunscreen in the locker room for everybody, for sure.
I was there for you on the days that you didn't.
yes, that's true. So yeah, but that goal was something special, something that I'll remember for a while, because that, especially that game, being that we were the only team to really challenge Detroit City that year, and actually pull a win off of them was something special, especially on the 4th of July.
And then your second one was against Livonia City, where you had some nice setup from Ben Meshke, where you just kind of rolled it back to you. And then you kind of took it to the corner flag. So tell us what you were thinking on this one.
Yeah, definitely. This one was some good hold-up play from Shetty too. Some brilliant skill to get by a defender here. Plays the ball nicely into Meshke. I thought Meshke was actually going to shoot it there for a second, but then does some little trickery and pulls it back. Then I run over here to the corner flag, and I broke out the little boxing celebration. My sister was actually a kickboxer, so that kind of had some special connection for her, as she kind of was wishing that I continued playing my soccer career. So I kind of pulled that celebration out for her, for sure.
One thing I had been hoping for all season is that someone would just take a long jump dive into the sand pit as a celebration. But I knew you guys wouldn't do it because you'd have to take your boots off and get the sand out as soon as you were done.
That would have been the worst. But yeah, that celebration was a celebration that was pretty special to me, especially because it connected me to my sister a little bit. So yeah, that was definitely, I love both of those highlights. I go back and watch those all the time, for sure.
Oh, okay. I'll send you these files. You'll have them forever.
Oh, perfect.
The Livonia goal was such a end of the season goal too. That ball from Ben to you was like clearly these guys have been playing together for 12 weeks plus, and then for you to take that and put it near post like that, like that doesn't happen unless it's July 31st or whatever day it was, right? Like at that point in the season.
Yeah, that was actually the final game of the season. So I ended up moving around positions that game. I think I ended up being like a center midfielder for a while, and then ended up dropping all the way into the back line and playing in the back line there. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, and that was such a good way to cap off a great season at Lansing, for sure.
Yeah, and we were without Julian Burge on that one in the midfield. Did that change the tactics for that game, or is that why you had to play all the different positions?
I think it just ended up being that way. I think we were missing a couple of guys from Western as well, as they had to take off the week prior. So I think the tactics of the game just changed a little bit, as far as we needed to hold some people in the midfield, and then we just had some extra midfielders on the bench, and we didn't have a couple of guys that could play in the back line. So as I played there earlier in the season, it wasn't something new to me. I was able to kind of slot back in and be a good fit there.
Well,
and then Livonia went a man down, so it was like, where does Noah want to play? We'll put him wherever he wants to play, because he can play a keeper if he wants to.
Oh, I don't think you want me at keeper. No. I was gonna say you definitely want Zach or Pat back there for sure.
All right. Well, enough of seeing you.
Or boy Shad.
Definitely. Well, enough of seeing you in this Madison pink. I think we got to. We got the Robin Egg blue. I think it's time to swap you out and get that famous celebration with the red shirt on.
Definitely swap that back. Look at that. That's a good celebration right there.
That's a nice burn line, tan line right there too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, anyone else? Any other questions for Noah, Zeph? Either of you? Anything else you want to add tonight? It's been awesome having you on, Noah. And
yeah, definitely. I'm glad I could take the time out of my night to come and be on you guys' live stream here.
Yeah, Zeph, are you still playing soccer during the season in the winter, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah. Dean's been asking me about like intramural or whatever, but I don't really have a mode of transport here besides my feet, so I can't really go to those. But I've been playing intramural, and I've also been refereeing intramural too. So
Most important question of the night: are you going to be back when we play outdoor again in the spring in Greater Lansing Open Soccer?
oh yeah, I'll be.
All right.
Oh, first signing, first signing.
Josh, we got a goal
Oh my
scorer.
God, our team's gonna be ridiculous. Dean's gonna make us go up a level.
Oh no.
We're gonna get promoted. Uh-oh. We'll be that yo-yo club.
Yeah.
Up and down in the leagues there. Promoted and relegated.
Yes, every time.
Love that. Love that. I definitely want to ask you guys a couple of questions. How are
Yeah.
things up in Lansing? Any big plans coming up for the season? I know you guys have had some merch drops over the winter here.
Yeah, lots of big plans.
Good.
You know,
Don't want to
lot of
expose
things-
too much.
a lot of things in the works right now. You know, starting to work on getting the schedule set and figuring that stuff out, and then also just in terms of like off the field. Actually, today had a couple exciting meetings about some off the field kind of community engagement stuff that we're really excited about.
It's awesome.
And the roster is starting to come together. We've got a couple of signings confirmed that'll be announced in the next week or so. Starting to get a move on that, and it's pretty exciting stuff. So yeah, it's crazy to
great to
think
hear,
how
man.
soon you'll be here.
Yeah, that's crazy how quick it's coming. I know we start up roughly around the same time as you guys do, so it's definitely coming up quick on us as well. So I can imagine the pressures that it's bringing down on you guys too.
Don't worry, the kits are going to continue to be the best in the Midwest, if not the country.
I was gonna hope for maybe after the call we might get a little sneak peek here or something, but no, I've heard some good things, and I know Moneyball will always do a good job at giving you some pretty high quality jerseys and unique kits for sure.
And let me just say that coming out of whatever COVID rules we had last spring, as the vaccines were initially available, we were kind of just throwing darts and hoping for the best of making our plans come to fruition.
Sure.
And this year, having the confidence of putting a season behind us already and being able to plan with things that we know is a lot nicer spring feeling coming up on us than last spring. Definitely. It's going to be a lot smoother since we already know our roles and know what we need to do and what we can do to make things even better.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you guys ran a smooth ship last summer, so I can only imagine a step up from here it's gonna be great.
Yeah, and last January we had no idea what the world was gonna look like. We had no idea what the season was gonna look like. This year, I can tell you, as soon as the weather breaks, we're gonna bust right through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man. Like we're gonna be like just totally balls to the wall. I'm so excited for this season, and we keep saying it. But like our goals for this season, like we don't. In terms of like what we want to scale up, it's just like everything. We just want to do everything bigger and faster and more than we did. And because like we didn't, you know, we were really happy with the way that things came off last year, but just like as we were at this time last year, we were in a very uncertain place, and this time this year we've got nothing but excitement and optimism and enthusiasm for the road ahead. And 2022 is going to be Lansing to the moon.
Love that.
And then we won't see Zeph again until January 24th. He's got a big gap between matches, but we kick things off right with the biggest one on night one. So hopefully we got a nice lineup coming through the next couple weeks as we work through our PlayStation premiere. We have Yusef George, who's going to represent us on the PlayStation side. We've got two guys in the second division, and then we got Zeph back in a couple weeks. And we will plan out when we're going to do another live broadcast, but we will put every single Lansing Common lower league eCup match will be co-streamed at the Lansing Common FC Twitch account. So every match will be there. We might not necessarily be there talking about it, but you'll be able to watch them every time.
And I just want to say, Zeph, that January 24 is my birthday. So all I want for my birthday is 6 points.
I'll try and make you proud.
All right. Well, Josh, Steve, Noah, Zeph, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And everyone who's still watching on Twitch, I see we got a handful of people still out there.
Roughly 10.
Thank you. And yeah, let's keep winning soccer.
Yeah, for sure.